Okay, this will be an interesting one. Let's see what we can do with this piece of shit. Anyway. Oops, didn't press that properly. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, we've got to enlarge it. I think we're going to enlarge this one. Hang on, we'll just get it out. What is it we have? It's one of these silly, I'm just opening it up. It's a McHappy meal, an old McHappy meal. And I did a video demo of this. And I didn't know where it came from. Now I do. It comes from one of these silly McDonald's Happy Meal boxes. And I just found this and I thought I'd use it. So we're going to photocopy this little bit. I think we're going to enlarge it huge for this. But basically, yeah, I hate this way they call it Happy Meal. It's like if your kid's been screaming and crying and bawling his eyes out and he's upset, give him a Happy Meal and he'll be happy. It's like, fuck. How can that be? That can't always be the case. Why call it a Happy Meal? It's not going to always solve... It's not going to solve problems if the parents are fucking assholes. If the parent is a pedophile, which is a more extreme form of abuse. And basically, it's not going to stop the kids from... It's not going to always be the solution to a problem. You got to, if you're a bad parent, it's not going to make anything better. And or if something's gone wrong. But I hate the way the corporation McDonald's plays on this. You know, uses the word Happy Meal. It's like saying to the kids, "Shut up and be happy. You've got a Happy Meal." It's like, fuck. You know. It's like capitalism. It always seems to be the solution to every problem. They promise, all the time they promise to be the solution to every problem that we have in this world. You know, if you buy a Valentine's gift, your Valentine is going to love you, even though the relationship's in tatters, even though there's no way it's going to work. You get a Valentine gift, you're going to be in a happy relationship. I mean, that's bullshit. You know that you can't, you know, buying something is not going to be a solution to most problems. You got to, you know, if you're in a relationship and it's not going well, you got to look at whether you should be fucking together in the first place. You know, whether you're going to be together in the first place, or whether you'd be better off just... I've been in some bad relationships and I got given a Valentine gift and it never made me happy. It never solved the problem of a shitty relationship. I should not have even been in this relationship, to be honest. I've got someone that I love and I love him for who he is. He's nothing to do with commercialism. So you got to basically start with a happy relationship to begin with. You're not going to get any solutions through products and services, even if they promise you, you know, that your Valentine's going to be happy if you buy that $100,000 engagement ring. It's like, fuck. You got to have a fucking good relationship to start with. Forget about buying a ring worth $100,000 just to impress her. You know, it's not good enough, folks. It's not good enough. You've got to solve the problem at the root of the problem. But that's what I hate about capitalism, because capitalism is always finding places where people are in need, and they're trying to find ways and tricking people into parting with loads of cash sometimes to supposedly solve a problem, and it doesn't most of the time. So, you know, what's the point in receiving if I received a Valentine gift worth 100,000, say for example, and from one of the men that I dated when I was not supposed to date, someone who was abusive to me and wasn't making me happy as a person, if they bought me a $1,000, $100,000 engagement ring, it wouldn't stop the abuse from happening. I'd still be unhappy. I'd rather just dump the relationship and start again. Not go out with some sleaze bag. But none of these people even had much money anyway. They weren't rich, but I'm just using that as an example. But receiving a $100,000 engagement ring isn't going to stop the abuse happening on their end and stop me from being miserable. It's not going to help. So you got to think about, you got to think your relationship's got to be in good order before you even think about parting with a lot of money. I mean, you got to. It's funny, it's nice to give gifts. It's nice to receive gifts, but if it's just for the sake of trying to patch up something that's not working, that's clearly not any good, well, basically, yeah, you got to keep question whether it's worth it. Even if they do want to pop out a $100,000 engagement ring if you're a woman. But this Happy Meal shit really pisses me off. It's like, anyway, we've made something interesting out of it anyway. I think we can now call this rant over.